Welcome back to Sun Devil Extra here in Tempe, Arizona. And believe it or not, spring sports are starting up this weekend. And we are joined by the first-year head coach of Sun Devil women's tennis, Jamea Jackson. First off, Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So here we are, a brand new era, your first year in Tempe. How excited are you to get the season going now this weekend?
So excited. I mean, whenever you start a new season, it's always like jittery, you know, and you just want to get that first hit in and get the first match under your belt, but it's extra special being in a new place, you know. Obviously, coming into a program like this, it's unusual. A lot of times you get programs and, you know, you're kind of rebuilding, you know, and this program under the, you know, long tutelage of Coach McInerney was very successful. So coming into a program that was already strong and wanting to keep that stride going and build on her legacy is incredibly all the things, exciting, daunting, challenging, really, and that's really why we do what we do. So I'm ready to go.
I am interested about that aspect because
Yeah.
it's clear. I mean, given the run of success for three decades, essentially, that this program has had, and now you get to come in and bring your own ideas and the way you run things, but also try to continue on that success. How difficult has that been to kind of navigate those two roads? Because like you said, most of the time when you come into a new program, regardless of sport, regardless of school, you have the chance to kind of make everything your own, and of course you still do here, but how have you kind of navigated that?
It's actually been really helpful to have Sheila around so much. I mean, she is a Sun Devil,
Yes.
like for life. And I have found, I think that's how it is. Like, I'm getting into it, y'all, seriously. There's just something in the air, the water, or something. And so whenever I've had a question or needed anything, first text, first call has been to Sheila. And sometimes I was in, you know, Europe, she was here. You know, I was in Asia, she was here, she would always get right back to me. And that's, I think, made things a lot smoother than other places that I've gone. I've also been like in her shoes where I've been the person who people have contacted. And you have a stake in it too, you know, you want to see it do well. And so to be on the other side of it and kind of like her passing the mantle to me has been like really special. Like, I'm so grateful for her contribution just in even continuing to help me make this transition smooth. So that's been nice.
Here with Coach Jackson, a very successful run at Princeton, and then you get hired to ASU this past summer. What have been the opening, 7-8 months now on the job? What have those been like here in Tempe?
Ooh, hot. Very hot, and then like a little cooler.
Yes.
But no, I'm kidding because I love the heat. Definitely a total adjustment, you know, used to trees,
Sure.
You know, like used to a little bit more seasons, but I love it. I really feel like the community, the whole athletics is kind of a family. I was definitely looking for that, and it's been really nice to find, and the kids are just amazing. Like, a lot of the recruits already that Sheila had brought in, I mean, they have been trained, you know, they understand what it means to be on a team. They understand what it means to be a Sun Devil, you know, so like they've already passed down so many like traditions and so many tenets to the next kids, and that makes it so much easier for things to flow because it's not just coming from one place, from one coach. So I think in all the different aspects of my job here, I found just like strength, but in the character of the people around. That's what makes any place. Like, there's no doubt it's beautiful here. There's no doubt it's warm, and I love the heat, and it's great. But the people make the difference, and that's been really nice to kind of come into.
Season gets going this Saturday. LMU at 11 a.m. UC San Diego at 4 o'clock. Let's kind of dive into your coaching resume now because it is storied. You also had a great playing career as well, but 9 years of experience as the coach for the United States Tennis Association, so national team coach. That's an honor that not many people get. I mean, how did that experience kind of guide you now to coaching here at ASU?
Sure, yeah, that was, you're trained by fire when you're in that location. You know, tennis is at the highest level. It's the difference in everything is inches, you know, so what a thing to be, going to work every day and be beside other coaches and other players who are at the top of their game at whatever age that they are. You like lace up your shoes a little bit tighter, like you come a little bit more prepared. You do a few more stretches each and every day, to get better. And you have coaches who have coached for, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and have worked with tons of players who've been in the top, 10, 20, 30, whatever, 100 in the world. And you want to try things similar to kind of me having the ability to connect with Sheila. You don't always have to reinvent the wheel. You have people who you can bounce ideas off of, and they can tell you, you know what, I tried that with this type of player and it worked great. Or I tried that with this type of player and it backfired, and so it saves time and you're able to learn collectively. So I think that was like amazing training ground for me as a coach. And I was also a player within the USTA. And so I was very passionate about American tennis itself. So going to work there every day with people I was around, much like here, it was tough and it was hard, but I think it made me a much better coach day to day. And I definitely know a lot more about what I'm doing now because of those years spent there.
U.S. tennis on the rise as well.
Oh my gosh.
Australian Open going on right now. I'm tuning in late night.
Oh my goodness.
I'm all in.
Australia's always tough. Like, you just don't sleep.
It really is, but it's fun to watch.
You just accept it. Yes,
it's so
it
much
really
fun to
is.
watch.
It really is.
You're also familiar with the Big 12.
Yes.
Time spent at Oklahoma State. So, first year in the conference for this program. What is Big 12 tennis like?
Oh my gosh. Okay, what are you expecting? Like, that's what I want to know. Because
it seems very, very solid
in
terms of the competition, especially at the top of the league.
Oh my goodness, yes, exactly. So, okay, Pac-12, obviously an incredibly storied league, right? Like, I remember, Coach Sheila can tell you better than I, but she said that there was one year that she was 7 in the country and she was 5 in the Pac-12.
Wow. Yeah.
So think about that. So it's a little bit deeper in terms of like you have a number, you have Oklahoma State and they were undefeated last year for, all of regular season. And then you have another team that's like 20. You have a lot of teams in that 20 to like 40 ratio that you're going to play. They're all going to be tough. They're all going to be different locations. Now we have to travel, we're going to be indoors. It's windier. And also, the crowds they're a little rowdier when you go into, you go into Baylor, you go into Oklahoma State. I hate to say it. So it's going to be fun. The matches are going to be intense. Lots of stakes for sure, and different for the team with the travel and the things that we're going to have to face. And that challenge, I think, is exciting, especially for, the seniors who have been here and have been in Pac-12, to go different places and have different experiences. That's a great thing. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I think it's something we've heard echoed by every single coach we've talked to that's been sitting in this chair throughout the year, the excitement of starting out in the Big 12, the different scenery for all the new players, whether you're a senior or a freshman, you're going to see new places that you haven't seen before.
And fall teams, like they set the bar high. Yes, totally.
The bar has been set high. There's a winning culture right now,
which is great. It's exactly, it's great.
How do you feel that? Do you feel that kind of feeding off into your guys' program as well? Watching what football, volleyball, everyone else did in the fall.
It's really nice when you have like a central sort of standard. That everyone is going to push everyone to be better. And also, you kind of see, it can be done. That belief system, both of those things kind of feeding off each other and buying into each other, it can be powerful around like an entire culture. And that's what I've seen, here in the fall, and we're looking to carry that into the spring.
One more for you, Coach. I know fans are excited for the season to start, to see the first year of your leadership, but tell us a little bit about your squad, what fans can expect not only this Saturday, but through the rest of the spring season.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess I'll go into the fall.
An overwhelming question, I suppose.
Overwhelming question because there's so many, the context of tennis, there's so many different like lines that you play. People play singles, people play doubles. But I think that we have a tough squad. We have, a squad that brings a ton of energy, and we have a team. We have a team, and we have a deep team. Tennis is one of those, I guess, like sports that every line counts for 1 point. And so there's not really like a superstar. It's like everyone has to carry their weight. Everyone has to like play their role, play their part. And our team is like tight, you know, they are tight kids. And so they need to get on here with you so that people can see, they have a lot of personality, great girls, like very genuine, super just grateful to be here, understand what it means to be a Sun Devil, and like take a lot of strength and take a lot of pride in that. So we're all just like, I think, chomping at the bit for the season to start. And then once it starts, it just flies.
Yes.
And you're looking back and you're like, where did it go?
You're right at the launch pad right now. And Coach, I'm ready to go now.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Saturday, 11 a.m. LMU, 4 o'clock UC San Diego. Jamea Jackson, the brand new head coach of ASU women's tennis. Year number 1 starts in just a couple of days. Good luck, not only on Saturday, but all season long.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more after this.